moved to New York City, and I lived with Sean Puffy Combs for a year.
That's the crazy thing. Now, that was L.A. Reid's idea, right?
Puff and Usher did have a situation, and that situation led Usher to the hospital.
For your fucking asshole and all of the many years of abuse. That wasn't no lifetime. I'm still mad. He was like, why are you saying that about Usher?
Howard Stern might not have come up in conversation, yet when it comes to the Diddy tapes, he probably has some things to reveal regarding Usher and the truth behind what he faced during his years in Puffy Flavor camp, especially if he had to edit his interview with the R&B star and actually cut out some more important bits. Let's start with how Diddy's celebrity friends have been doing these days. Everyone knows that whether you're innocent or not, Hollywood is in trouble. Experts have pointed out that even those who are not directly involved are probably lawyering up in case they're called in as witnesses.
And Natalie, I got to tell you, my thoughts reading the 14-page indictment yesterday were that there are a lot of people in Hollywood who are probably worried about which Diddy parties they were at and what was going on. That's not to say that they were necessarily even involved in any of the things that are alleged by the U.S. Attorney's Office. But if you're at that party and it turns out that that's when he set up one of these freak-off sex parties, or that it was going on in another room and you didn't know about it, there's a good chance that you're going to be called by the U.S. Attorney's Office. And certainly if you were involved, you would get a call because they're going to want to know everything you want to know, and they even want you to be a witness. I just think, we're just starting to scratch the surface of what this case, this case is going to touch and involve. And the feds have said that this remains an open investigation. There could be more charges for Diddy. There could be more charges for other people involved. And usually the way this works is once they find out other people are involved or were witnesses, they bring them in and they sort of lean on them. And it's sort of like, you're going to cooperate with us, or there's a possibility that you could face charges. So this is going to be a slow developing a case here, because we're just getting started, and I don't see how this trial begins anytime before next.
And then there's the new development in Diddy's case, where Texas lawyer Tony Busby is preparing to file 120 new civil lawsuits. Apparently, they have solid evidence, including pictures of sexual assault.
Forward. If you're a witness, please come forward. If you have evidence, please come forward. I think that was instrumental in what we're seeing now. Ever since, in 24 hours, we've received 12,000 calls, if you can believe that. Now, I don't know if that's going to...
12,000 calls?
Yes, sir.
You said 12,000 calls? You received 12,000 calls?
Now, that doesn't mean 12,000 people who claim to be victimized. It just means 12,000 people have called this line that we published yesterday. Obviously, as you know, there's going to be people with crank calls and people with foolishness and people with malcontent. But we are sifting through that and trying to make sure that we identify and vet people that have real claims, legitimate, credible claims. Right now, we're talking about 120 people from 25 different states for conduct that occurred over 25 years.
He revealed that they had accusers coming out from multiple different states because it was a well-known fact that Diddy used to fly people in for his parties.
25 different states? Is that what you said? Not cities. You said 25 different states.
Yeah. Because, a lot of these parties obviously took place in Los Angeles, New York, Manhattan, or the Hamptons, and Miami. And a lot of these people were flown in. And this wasn't a secret. It was known that people were being flown in for these parties. People were being paid cash to attend these parties. People were being identified at clubs or at concerts or on the street even, and invited to these parties. So you have that group of people that are involved. And then you have another group, and maybe this is the more sinister situation, where, young people with stars in their eyes wanting to break into the entertainment industry with promises of stardom, who are taken advantage of, in some cases allegedly drugged and abused, and basically just left behind,
Moving to Usher, it's obvious that while there might be a category of A-listers who take a hit to their reputation out of association with Diddy, there are others who have been closely involved with him for decades and will certainly go down one way or another. People have been talking about Ashton Kutcher, Jay-Z, and of course Usher.
You see the people who have befriended him over the years, who have attended his parties, who are considered close to him, who he's been in business with. Have you seen it? Have you seen it? Have you seen it? I mean, this has gotten very, very scary. Hollywood's in trouble. Hip-hop and R&B is in trouble. Because the brother's an elite success story. Had a lot of friends. Had a lot of people vouch, or once upon a time vouch for him. In terms of his brilliance as an artist, a producer rather. Brother knew how to make money.
And who's the biggest name in R&B close to Diddy, his former prot Usher, of course. Now, let's move on to what we know about Usher's involvement at the forefront, is what he revealed on the Howard Stern show. His revelation became one of the major times people noticed celebrities implying the dark side of the freak-offs.
To New York City, and I lived with Sean Puffy Combs for a year.
That's the crazy thing. Now, that was L.A. Reid's idea, right? We're sending you
New
over
York
to
City.
something called Puffy Flavor Camp
There you go.
to learn some.
Flavor camp.
Yeah, that's what it was called. And you're going to go to Puff Daddy's. He's going
In
to.
the 90s, do you understand what that's like?
Puffy's place was like just filled with chicks and orgying like nonstop, right?
No, not really. I
Come
mean, but hey, it was curious. I got a chance to see some things.
Yeah, but you were 13. What were you
I
seeing?
went there to see the lifestyle.
Right.
And I saw it. And it was but I don't know if I could indulge and understand what I was even looking at. It was pretty wild.
So nobody tried to, some woman didn't come along.
I didn't say that.
Okay.
I didn't say that. What I did say is that there were very curious things taking place, and I didn't necessarily understand.
He also said that while he had a crazy time there, he would never send his own son to D. This made it obvious that something sinister went on.
Smalls was there.
Biggie Smalls was there. Lil' Kim, Craig Mack.
All these people are hanging around.
Yeah, man. Faith Evans,
And your
Jodeci,
parents were
Mary
okay?
J. Blige. They didn't know nothing about this shit.
Oh.
I was having a good time. You know what I mean?
Does he have you doing any chores? Are you doing dishes at all? I mean, to keep you humble somewhat? Or are you just like, could you stay up till 4 a.m. with them and party?
I mean, I could. I actually stayed up longer than them.
And what kind, do you have money? What's going on?
I mean, I had like per diem.
Yeah.
I had like,
What
like
a
a living.
life.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
14 years old. You're a dad now. Would you ever send your kid to Puffy Camp?
And while Usher refused to talk, there are others who are happy to reveal him for the hypocrite. He is Diddy's ex-bodyguard Gene Deal once talked about the resurfaced Diddy video of him and Usher. Sha'an 7 Deal said that Usher was actually groomed by Diddy and La Reid, and he became part of the industry that abused him.
We want to thank you for making. Don't sit on the bed at night. No homo. Don't get close to the bed. Don't get close to the bed. But it's just like, we want to thank you for hosting the thing, man. It's been a pleasure. You didn't have to do it. You did.
No, I definitely didn't have to do it. I definitely didn't have to. First and foremost, I'm not getting in the bed. Shout out to him and what he did. I'm just gonna, if we can, let's just put the camera a little this way, just so we're not. I don't want my shot to even, I don't want it to come close to the bed at all. I should look like he fresh off a goddamn plane. I should.
Fresh off the guard stage. That's my brother right here from day one. We used to wake up and, pause, but like that's how. Back in the days when he was like 10 and I was a little bit older, his older brother, we used to fight over the frosted flakes. You know what I'm saying? Before pause was invented. You know what I'm saying? But it's my brother for real. We used to actually wrestle off of the frosted flakes because he used to always get up early.
Yo, what the fuck did Puff just say? Nobody's gonna acknowledge this with me. Puff just said we used to wrestle over the frosted flakes, and we're streaming live. That was stupid. Listen, that was fucking stupid.
Listen, having a good time. Usher made it
In another interview, he said he felt uncomfortable about Usher calling Diddy his support and mentor on Club Shay, knowing he once landed in the hospital. Because of him, he also recounted an extremely disturbing incident from years back.
I bet they did. Somebody frosted somebody flakes. Without the milk.
What do you think it is that keeps Usher from coming out or saying anything?
Because, yo, dog, it's you got to realize in that industry, a lot of people are stand back and say, well, it happened to me. That's how some of them people pay their dues. And the people who don't go down like that don't be as great as the Ushers, as the Diddys. It's a way of passage to certain people in the entertainment business.
It's obvious that Usher would know many of Diddy's secrets, having been present during Diddy's rise to a mogul during the 90s. Deal revealed that he and Mace, another of Diddy's former protes, know of the rapper's fetishes. Even revealed that User knew about Cassie getting abused by Diddy, but never said anything. But he also thinks that User will never talk about what he knows to protect himself. Months after his earlier interview, Deal actually revealed what happened to Usher, which now seems even more horrific considering minors are coming out to speak up about Diddy. But the problem lies in the fact that Usher went from abuse to abuser when he let Diddy take his own protege Justin Bieber into his care. We've all seen the videos of him spending 48 hours with Diddy and how uncomfortable Justin looks in all his clips with him. There's even a resurfaced video of Diddy allegedly checking Justin for a wire, and Jaguar thinks that Usher should be charged for what he did to Justin. She once went on a rant regarding what Usher allowed Diddy to do to Justin. She said that Usher was a smiling monster and people need to know that he knew exactly what he was doing when he took a 15-year-old Justin to Diddy. Jaguar also said that people need to call out Usher for becoming an agent for. But will Howard Stern be someone who calls User out? Will we see Usher take the stand, or will he silently take a back seat and continue in the industry? Let's wait and see. That's it for now, Don. Thanks for watching our video.